these sources agree. They're leaning toward a theory that either Danielle or Richard were specifically targeted, but evidence is lacking.
Today, we are focusing in on a 15-year-old cold case of Danielle IMBO and Richard PETRONE. This started 15 years ago, South Street, South Philly, and has ties to Mount Laurel, where we're at today. Now, the FBI has done a huge investigation on this one. Family, police officers. This is one of those cases where nobody has any answers yet. Today, we're going to try to solve this mystery, this cold case, and see what we can do to bring the family some resolution. Introductions, if you're just joining us, you've never seen our show before. We've got Sam the Adventure Man out from Tacoma, Washington. I'm Jared from Bend, Oregon, and we got Brock the Rock, retired military. We really happy to have him here today from Pennsylvania. So we're just over the bridge from Pennsylvania. In fact, we took a nice little drive from South Philly today. We're now in Jersey, working on this cold case today. And I have a couple of theories on it. My theory, you may not like this one. They always look to the ex-husband on this one. And after doing some research, I think Brock and I might be on the same page of this one. And I think it causes you a little bit of concern today. But remember, if he's 15 years older than us, we can take it. Three of us.
You think we can take him if he comes after us?
However,
for accusing?
However, he did have an alibi that night. He's been cleared. But the theory that Brock and I are going on right now is, what if, they weren't carjacked over, in South Philly. They didn't commit, it wasn't a murder-suicide because they both had families, they both loved their children. Yeah. Definitely not a murder-suicide on this one. Even because Richard, incredible guy from what I understand. Danielle, incredible wife. But you are going through a divorce at this point in time.
Yeah, it's true. Yep. Good people sometimes do some wild stuff.
Hitman? Did the husband hire a hitman?
Possibility.
I'm just glad that we live on the West Coast, and it's going to be harder for them, that if this is true, harder to find us. You're in Pennsylvania.
I'm not in Pennsylvania, I'm in West Virginia.
And we do a lot of joking around as we're on these. We do enjoy what it is that we do, so please don't take this while we're on a serious matter. We do take it seriously in what we're doing. We're not out here just, laughing, having a good time. Although most of our day is about that. At the end of the day, our real intentions are actually to see what we can do to bring the family some resolution.
Absolutely.
So let's kind of jump into what it is that we know. Again, the timeline is 11:30 p.m., leaving the Abilene bar. We do know that, Danielle was going to be picking up her child in the next day or two, so, they would be coming home. Richard has had an apartment over there near South Street, so were they going to be going back to his house? Were they going to be coming back over here? I have zero idea. But I think that with the waters over there in Philadelphia, we spent a lot of time yesterday kind of getting a good feel for the area. And most of the boat ramps, I was really surprised that it's not like up in Portland where it's like every boat ramp that you go to, it's just like car. Like it was actually difficult to find boat ramps here that were unoccupied to find cars. We landed on a boat yesterday. In fact, if you haven't seen the previous episode to this, to where we kind of started our search, it really started off as over in Quakertown, trying to find some cars over there, no cars that led us to Philly, and it was a full-on day and a half, 2 days of fun that turned into, hey, while we're in Philadelphia, let's focus in on this case. That being said, we're gonna jump into the search and kind of show you our theories, thoughts behind it, and the reason why we're here in Mount Laurel and how we're gonna start searching this one today. So as cold case divers, one of the first things we want to do is actually identify where were they are they going, what routes are possible that they would have taken, and what bodies of water are between those. One of the biggest ones, we have the Delaware River, which is where we were at yesterday, following up on a few leads that we thought, one was some old docks, and as well as a couple of boat ramps. But again, even being intoxicated, there was nothing that would have indicated a murder-suicide or an accident location that they would have gone to. First of all, I'm ruling out murder-suicide right away.
Okay.
That's not on the table,
I agree.
In my opinion.
I agree.
Yep.
So we have the possibility of an accident between South Street and Mount Laurel if Richard was taking Danielle home. So if straight up accident, what waterways do we have along the way 15 years ago that would have had access points? That it's like, I don't know how much Richard may have drank. They were at a bar. How heavily intoxicated was he? Could it have been an accident?
Yeah.
That's the first thing we have to look at. After that, then we follow up on the theory of, well, all right, well, was there somebody laying in wait when she got home that, you know, ended up taking both of them out? But here's the thing with this one, okay? Richard is similar to Brock the Rock. I mean, I'm not messing with Brock the Rock, and I wouldn't mess with Richard either. I mean, Jersey boy, 100% no. Philadelphia boy, 100% no. And so on that, I'm leaning towards, you know, maybe ex-husband. I'm sorry, maybe you're not the one we should be looking at. We probably shouldn't, because he's going to be really mad seeing this. So, but we still have, I'm sorry, as you know, you've been questioned many times. We're just doing our investigative work, okay? That's all we have going on here. But let's lean towards the accident first. What types of waterways for a potential accident to get to Mount Laurel do we have? This is where you come in, Google Pro Boy. We need to look at, so 15 years ago, so along that route, or one of those two routes, to Mount Laurel.
Those are probably the most likely. We also could go this way.
No, they're not going to go that way. Everybody told us that they would either cross one of those two bridges. So it's either the Betsy Ross Bridge or the Tacony Bridge.
Tacony.
Yep.
Given that, the closest body of water to Philly that isn't the Delaware River, we have this.
Okay, so
Which is the Cooper River.
So go to the satellite image. Is there a potential to have gone off the river or off the bridge there?
It looks like it's got
huge guardrails.
Big guardrails.
Okay.
And then going from there.
And I'm not saying that vehicles don't go off of guardrails. I'm just saying it's
It'd be noticeable.
Very noticeable.
That's noticeable.
And they put up guardrails for a reason. That's
that's why they're called guardrails.
Yes, to keep you from going over the edge. Somebody stealing your stuff there, Brock?
No.
Oh, it's our viewers from yesterday, Wes and Austin and Houston.
I'm just making sure.
Okay, I'm interested in that one.
We have that.
Okay, where's that one at?
Right down here. We passed it on the way in.
Okay, so I would love to get into that one then.
Okay.
Just to check it.
We'll give that one a check.
Okay. So Wes, Austin, and Houston, welcome to the show today. We're working a cold case of, again, you know, Richard PETRONE as well as Daniell IMBO. With that one, you know, yesterday's episode that we actually ended up filming was a lot more playful in that we didn't even know we were going to end up in Philadelphia, and so we turned it into a fun day with a, hey, while we're here, let's kind of look for, you know, the two of them. Today, you know, we're like, you know what, let's treat this on, you know, a real serious note. Like, we are here 100% to look for the two of them, and so we're over in Mount Laurel today, as you know, because you tracked us down. So appreciate you guys being viewers and fans and tracking us down. All right, so right now we just have the one pond for a potential accident scene.
Yep. Other route, there's not really anything major.
Okay.
Everything that could be possible has pretty big guardrails.
All right, well then, on that note, I think we go do a quick scan on here, eliminate this, and then we can start following up on theory number 2 of what bodies of water are within a 5-mile radius of here that would be potential dumping grounds to get rid of a truck. But you know, I really love for this to just be like a wham bam, we jump in, there's a Dakota pickup truck, and we're done today.
Yeah, but
lunch on time.
Yeah.
All right.
Done by noon.
Let's do it. So in looking at the Google Earth from, hello, they're really nice around here. Everybody honks. Have you noticed that?
I think it was a fan.
I think it might be that we're driving a big RV with a trailer, and we were going slow and making a turn. Where was I going with this? Oh, so these apartments were here 15 years ago. The pond we verified was here 15 years ago. It didn't have as much foliage around it, and so there is a very good chance the one and only accident scenario, as far as I know, is going to be in water at this location. Good to me, thank you. All right.
All right.
You go to Down imaging, side imaging. Let's go to a 27 range. Let's flip that over and in. So there's zero reason, Brock, they would be on this side. I mean, we're dealing with a straight up accident over here. Road is over there. Trees had just been planted back in the day.
They were actually mowing that, it looked like.
In fact, the trees were so small, like you could actually run over a tree and the tree would just pop right back up. Nobody even noticed the tree was missing. In fact, take a look. Is there a tree that was actually missing? I mean, you have a tree that's actually missing there. So yeah, boom, bing, bing, possible tree. And possible. So if you've never seen a side scan sonar before, what we're dealing with here is we've got the boat, the direction that's heading. Everything black is the water column below, so there's nothing between that we're looking for. Like if you were fishing, you'd be looking for fish in that area. With the side scan, we currently have it set to 12 to the right and 12 to the left. So if we're we're within 15 feet of the shore, so if there's a truck over there or over there within 12 feet, we're going to be able to see it quite nicely, and it's going to take up most of the screen because we're only casting 12 feet right now. Yeah, Brock, I see. Yes, autopilot was not working. So with that being 12 feet, a vehicle, Brock, can float for up to 10 minutes. So if it hits the water at a high rate of speed or any speed at all, when it hits, it can drift a little bit for up to 10 minutes. So we don't want to scan just the outside perimeter. We'll scan in, 1 or 2 passes here just to clear it and make sure. So we have the 12 and 12 is 24. Now we're throwing 21 and 21. So that'll cover 42 total, yeah.
How deep does it get?
Only about 4.5 to 5 feet.
4.5? Nothing. Huh?
Nothing. All right. So now we're on to, let's go identify whatever bodies of water are within a 5-mile radius that could be a potential we are intentionally dumping.
Yep.
Mount Laurel Township, 5-mile radius. That's really what we're after now. I'm going to say that anything that is associated with an apartment complex, with a holding pond, I'm going to rule that out. Like, I think that we have to really look at what areas are outside of town that has a pond or a lake or a river access that would be a private, late at night, dead end type of scenario. You're not going to go in an apartment complex.
No, too many eyes.
Yeah, and all of this was here 15 years ago. So coming back, here's where we started. That's out, that's out, that's out, 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 out. All of those are out. The park, I wouldn't say, hey, we're going to public park on this one either. Looking for something out of town. So scan out a little bit.
Is that a ramp?
Something there.
There's something used to be there.
I mean, it's good enough that you can get something in the water there.
Yeah.
It appears deeper. So Will Lakes Preservoir Development. Okay, so I like this. Well, I say, let's go knock those two out. Because again, where are we at? We're right down here. How far away is that? Okay. Let's see if there's anything closer though. But I'd really like that location.
Oh, did you see this?
What's that?
According to her brother, John,
Okay.
they looked at surveillance videos from the toll bridges, and there's no proof that she ever made it to New Jersey. That's according to these articles here.
Well, that drops my jaw, Sam, as to...
What did you say?
There's no proof that she ever made it to New Jersey. They looked at the cameras from the bridges coming over. There's no proof that the vehicle ever made it to New Jersey.
Oh.
So, may want to keep that in mind too.
Well, I keep that in mind right away.
This is 2 years ago. This was brought up to the attention of them.
Yeah, it's a game changer right there.
Yeah, so that takes us back over into Philly.
Back to Philly.
Yeah.
And so that takes us to never over the bridge. So no reason to search boat ramps on this side. No reason to search any more ponds on this side. Like, we were getting ready to go to the Olympia Lake right now.
We were headed over right now.
And that's what I love about having the viewers out
Absolutely.
helping us.
Absolutely. We couldn't do this stuff without viewers.
Because it's not just West. I mean, look, we got both the boys. Well, where's your phone? I thought you were doing research for us.
He was on mine.
All right.
I was helping you guys.
So that takes us back over to Philly, guys. All right, well, we got a lot of daylight, a lot of places to search. So let's get the boat out here, and we're just going to be real quick and consistent with everything we do today.
Is the tide in?
Well, tide's probably in.
Tide's coming in. That piece of land is dry. So I'll give you guys a little tip on how to tell which way the tide's going.
Okay.
So if you come here to the water, and the water edge is like where the water stops. If it's dry, that means the tide's coming in.
Okay.
But if the water edge is wet, so it's like here, let's say where my foot is wet, then the tide's going out.
So the great news about that is that because the tide is coming in, there's less outflow for the river.
Correct.
So we're not going to be fighting the current as we're doing some scanning right now. All right, so range is 28. So each from here to here, 7 feet. So any vehicles we're going to be able to see. So a vehicle is actually going to span about 1.5 of these from number to number. We are also dealing with a little bit of a current in here that goes up and down. So we're going to scan to the left as well as to the right. But with the parking lot up here, let's also scan the, you know, if there happen to be no foliage 15 years ago, we'll scan down a little bit, and then we'll scan up to roughly 50 to 75 feet out.
Okay.
All right, so a car would not be down this far, even with like a big storm that comes through here. The cars, once they settle in also, they like stop, they sink. Once they settle in, they don't move. Even with big floods over the years, it's really difficult for them to move over the years.
Hey, Jared! Did you find anything?
Negative, Sam. Didn't find anything. No cars. All right.
So there's Frankfurt.
You're here. So we need to go to Frankfurt, which is now closed. See, Lardon's Point is the one that it's closed. Like, we can't get to that one, but that's the one that Joe was telling us underneath the bridge. He's like, yeah, go underneath the bridge. They dump cars there all the time. And then we've been at Tacony, so we've already searched Tacony. Okay. So we just need to go to this one, which has a closed gate, and we can walk into it right now. All right, before we walk across the entire parking lot, boat ramp is that direction.
Oh, so can you run back and watch that?
And so we're gonna scan a little bit up from the ramp, but if a car would have gone off, not the ramp, just for kicks, I think that with all this concrete though, that's not likely at this location. We might as well just hit it real quick. And then we'll do like a 25 foot and then 25 foot and then one more run and just kind of hit about 75 to 100 feet out is what we're after today.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm happy to say that this area is cleared. I don't know where you people dump cars in Philadelphia, but if you can leave a comment down below if you're anywhere in the Philly area and you've stolen a few cars in your lifetime or you've dumped in the river in your lifetime, just know that, you know, pretty much the statute of limitations has ran out, I'm sure. So please email me, jared@travari.com, and tell me, where are you guys dumping cars in Philadelphia? Also, if you happen to know where Richard and Danielle are, sure would be nice if that person can anonymously tell me where they are as well. Make our job a whole lot easier.
A lot easier for the families.
All right, guys, I'm gonna say that this one needs a lot more, I mean, they've been looking for 15 years now, you know?
I found nothing.
Including the FBI, local PD. I think that for us being here in Philly for the amount of time that we can dedicate to this, we've really covered everything that we can.
If you were able to check off a lot of spots. So
I think the next thing is, I mean, if we are dealing with a carjacking, car in the river, we got the Schuylkill River. I think that entire area needs to be checked. I think that every dock along in the Delaware River, pretty much from the Tacony Bridge all the way down to the Schuylkill River.
Yes.
All that needs to be checked. And here's one thing, you know, that we're doing today. You know, we're spreading the word, spreading the message that, you know, this is still an open case, open investigation, that technology for sonar is better today than it was 15 years ago.
Yeah, 15 years ago, big time.
So if we can bring this story back to light for anybody fishing the Philadelphia area that has sonar of any sort, side scan, down scan,
yes,
spread the message of getting out there in the water, see what we can do to bring Danielle,
Danielle and Richard. Danielle and Richard. bring them home.
That's the message of today. If you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe. And if you've not already done so, be sure to turn on that little bell notification. Why?
Because you want to get an instant notice as soon as you guys upload.
I really appreciate that. Appreciate you guys coming out today, supporting us. That's it for now. Later. Send us out. Bye-bye.